Hello, welcome to the first ever episode of Whoniverse. The first, episode 1, and probably the last. My name's Jamie, I'm joined here by...
I'm Lewis.
I'm Brian.
Welcome to Whoniverse. You'll notice for those visual viewers, or not so visual, because it's pretty much just a logo on the screen, we've got 2 logos for Whoniverse. One of them's pretty old school 80s, and then we've got one which is it's pretty fabulous, I'd say. But which one do you prefer?
I definitely prefer the second one.
The second one.
The second one with the Gallifreyan writing. I mean, look at that. It is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Gallifreyan writing says, or if it's legit Gallifreyan writing.
Probably isn't legit.
But I think it's pretty fantabulous.
I think it says "Hello, sweetie."
The person who made it, I do apologise. He does art professionally online. There will be a link in the description if you want to go see that person. On DeviantArt, they do sell that art professionally. And big thank you. Sorry I couldn't remember your name, but they took the time out to make this. So it's been done professionally as well. It's someone who makes logos professionally. From now on, I'll be taking full credit for the logo.
Fair play.
Yeah. So first off, what would you say are your favourite Doctor Who moments? Classic and modern.
For me, really, one of my favourite moments, classic, and I haven't seen it all, all classic Who. I know, boo, hiss, but I'd say it's when the Doctor's assistant jumps over the chasm in the very first season and rips off a part of the set. And they just leave it in. It's got certain it's got certain character to it, that episode.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, big classic fan, so most of my favourite moments relate to classic Who. Top of my head, probably Bill Hartnell struggling with his lines. Probably shouldn't laugh at a man entering the early stage of senility, but certainly just guessing what Ian Chesterton's name was throughout. I mean, several variants of Chesterman, Chesterfield.
It's important for the listeners to know that there was no briefing before this. Lewis and Brian, they were getting these questions right now. They haven't had any time to think about it. So this is literally the first answers they could think of. It's literally a second's notice when I gave them pieces of paper explaining what was going to happen in the show. Personally, my favourite moment in the show is in the Pandorica opens when Matt Smith stands on top looking at all the spaceships saying,
excellent moment.
Just basically, I'm here, no weapons, no plan of escape,
and you
come at me. And it was just, I think it was at that moment that because I was never into classic Who. I never really watched classic Who. I watched the first episode and I spent my entire time going fire bad, fire good, and it was properly infuriated me. It was so repetitious, which I think is very I think it's in a lot of the early episodes, isn't it, Brian? Right?
Yeah, certainly. The brief from the beginning was "no bug-eyed monsters," Sidney Newman's words.
Was it really?
Yeah, which was quickly dispelled the second story with the Daleks, but
exterminate.
He was actually dead against them when the ideas was brought in, but he soon came round, obviously, when he saw how successful they were.
I think one of my all-time favourite modern Who episodes has to be the Ring of Akhaden.
You're doing this on purpose now.
Because I know, Brian, you love this episode. You absolutely love it.
Oh my God, man.
If there's a choice between that and watching paint dry,
I think just the music, the speeches, it's probably got some of Will Smith's best act. Will Smith. We don't have a black Doctor Who yet. Idris Elba wasn't busy.
We will do that.
Matt Smith. Some of his best acting, where he was there saying, "I have seen more than you will ever see, lost more than you could possibly imagine, and I've gained more than you ever will." He says, "Eat me," which sounds really dirty, actually. But It was just, I found it was just incredibly beautiful the way.
No, this episode was definitely an interesting one. I liked how alien in the marketplace looked. I liked how you were immersed straight away. Well, Clara's character was immersed straight away in this alien world.
Don't like Clara.
So straight off the bat, she's just dropped into this absolutely alien marketplace that has no or little, recognising features of an Earth-like marketplace.
There was a section in that episode where the Doctor says, I came here many hundreds of years ago with my granddaughter, which I think is a direct reference to William Hartnell as the Doctor, because he's the only one with a granddaughter, isn't he? As far as I'm aware.
But have we actually verified whether or not there is anything in Classic Who towards this? Because I don't remember anything about this when watching William Hartnell.
I don't think it was ever a televised episode where he visited Arcatton previously in Classic Who.
I think you'd remember it,
Yeah.
You got some. You don't like that episode, man. But anyway, you absolutely hate it. But so basically, there's not a lot of news in the Whoniverse right now. It's actually pretty dry. A lot of the news is bad news. Saying Jodie Whittaker doesn't want to be the Doctor anymore in some places. That there's been too much negativity with some doctors. Can't remember who. I think one of them was Peter Davidson. Where he comes forward and says the Doctor is a male role model, and that the Doctor can't be female. And I'm just there thinking, what sort of role model, for it to be a male?
What dictates if a positive role model for a male has to be a male?
Exactly, yeah.
A male can have a positive female role model, surely.
But the Doctor was always a man before, and I believe they were trying to breathe some new life into the show. I mean, we've been through a good number of Doctors whereby they've all been male. It was a risk that they took, and there's a lot of negative press on it.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I think the first time I ever saw a Time Lord regenerate into a woman was when I think it was might have been Capaldi's Doctor, where they actually went to Gallifrey and there was a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah.
One of them got killed. And he actually, because I think it was a lieutenant or something. Is it lieutenant or lieutenant? I can't remember.
One or the other.
Yes, one or the other. One's American.
American or not.
One's correct, one's American. Yeah. But it's like, and I remember, I don't know if you recall that episode, but it's where they first acknowledged that, yes, a male can regenerate into a female.
Yeah, and possibly set the groundwork for future storylines in that episode.
Yeah. Did you know Whoopi Goldberg actually came forward and went to the BBC executives and said, I want to be the Doctor?
Excellent, I want a Whoopi Doctor.
And then they said no.
I really could not think of anything worse. It takes me back to the days when the TV movie was first mooted, and suggestions included David Hasselhoff and, oh my God, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson as a Doctor?
Yeah.
I'm here to save you. Shimon.
And there was also talk of sponsorship with Pepsi, whereby the TARDIS got its chameleon circuit back and turned into a giant can of Pepsi.
No.
I think that's the end of it. At that point.
I mean, I don't know how much you remember about the TV movie, but when you think about what could have happened, I think we got off quite lightly.
But that TV movie, I didn't like it. Yeah. If nobody had told me it was Doctor Who, I wouldn't have known it was Doctor Who. It was very Americanized.
Yeah, it was serious.
They barely referenced Doctor Who anywhere in the episode. But Paul McGann, because you remember for the 50th anniversary, he did actually come back to do a regeneration for John Hurt.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It was very good.
I loved his costume, sort of redesigned it. And I was just there thinking, wow. And I kind of hope they do, if we're going to keep doing these long hiatuses with Doctor Who, we should probably go and do a Paul McGann series, because he really wants to do it. He goes on record saying, yeah, I'll do it. Why is no one asking me?
Yeah. I'd like to see more McGann Doctor, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if he did any Big Finish series seasons, but like he definitely needs another televised series. Like maybe if we do another Doctor Who hiatus, like mainline series, we could do another like Paul McGann spin-off and just like fill in some of those gaps because there's a couple hundred years apparently.
Yeah.
Which actually brings us neatly on to Missy has her own big Finnish spin-off Doctor Who show now.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard this.
Yeah, it's official. It's like I think they've commissioned 20 episodes, and it's already launched. And I listened to a bit of it, and it sounds amazing. It's absolutely like what's her name that plays Missy?
Michelle Gomez.
She's amazing. I fancy her now. If I'm not. I mean, she has to be Missy when she's my girlfriend, but
I'm sure you will.
I'm not going to call her. My wife will be okay with it. I'll put her on the list. But yeah, and another one that's also getting a spin-off show is Unit, which, correct me if I'm wrong, should have had its own TV series, not an audio drama, really. I think we'll go into this later for spin-off series, but we do need a really good spin-off series, like to the quality of that was Torchwood. If you discount the last season.
I was going to say the first two seasons.
Yeah.
Or possibly. There hasn't been a good spin-off in a while.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that Torchwood is an anagram for Doctor Who.
It's the story not that Russell T Davies labelled the master tapes, if you pardon the pun, Torchwood. And with it being an anagram of Doctor Who, so people wouldn't know that it was Doctor Who in an attempt to steal them.
Really?
Yeah. And then he went, "Oh, Torchwood.
Why not?
That sounds like a TV show to me."
I thought it would be in reference to that a lot of the early episodes got torched. That's why there's so many missing episodes, and where they've only found the audio later on, and.
I mean, there's sometimes
animated. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of the animated ones, and the animated ones aren't so bad. It's when you're watching an episode and all they've got is the stills, and it's very difficult. Unless you think of it as a listening exercise, it's very difficult to watch those episodes.
Yeah.
And I think that was what sort of took me away from watching Classic Who, because episodes are missing. You can't get a feel for the plot line like you would have done. But I hear that every now and then an episode pops up in Australia or something like that.
Found in a cinema in Nigeria, like that.
So that's really it for the Who news. Like I said, it's really dry out there, like a desert, like a Gallifreyan desert. Draw a line in the sand, but war stops here. That's what they said. But no more. Now, on the It's the Doctor Twitter account, we've been running. Well, the Doctor's been running polls, usually very controversial ones, like to split the audience. And the current one is who is the best showrunner of modern Who, with Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, and Chris. Is it pronounced Chris Chibnall?
I think it's Chibnall. Yeah,
it's Chibnall. Yeah.
Now, before I get your opinions on who you think won and who you think should win, I'm just going to read you some comments that were given by some of the voters, of which there were. I think I put on your sheets actually how many votes. So I think. Like 600?
627.
627, yeah. So we got Who 1963, one of our references. Davis era made me fall in love with the show. Plus, there weren't any confusing plots like there were in the Moffat era. There came a time where I could tell which episodes were his just by their tone. I love the guest writing in his time too. Then Watson's musings. He came forward and said, Stephen Moffat. I found he prioritised storytelling over adventure, which had me on the edge of my seat watching every episode. One massive story seemingly weaved into each episode. Now, with those three options in the poll, which do you think you'd vote for and why? Like, is there anything that particularly stands out when you think of the modern era of Who?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would be going with Moffat on this one, and it is because of exactly what the voter had said there. The intertwined storyline of each episode. Completely. He was building on things in the first episode that would come to fruition in the last episode, and this really switched it on for me.
Brian?
For me, it's got to be Russell T Davies. Pretty basic.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It would be. He brought the show back. He had the vision. I think it was Casanova. BBC asked him to write, and he said, "Only if you let me bring back Doctor Who."
That's classic negotiation.
He introduced it to a whole new generation. One of my best friends, in fact, going to be the best man at the wedding. His son, never seen Doctor Who before in his life. Within 2 episodes, he was hooked.
Really?
Excellent.
I think David Tennant actually married Stephen Moffat's daughter, Jenny Moffat. You know, the Doctor's Daughter episode.
She's actually Peter Davison's daughter.
No, it's Moffat's daughter.
Yes, because Peter Davison's real name's Peter Moffat.
She's Stephen Moffat's daughter.
Okay.
I'm certain. But her name is now something Tennant. Because now you made me doubt myself.
we may need to do a fact check on this, guys.
But got married, and that's why she never came back, because she was also going to have her own spin-off series at one point, which she'd actually signed on to do. But now we've got 5 kids, and she's too busy mothering, which I absolutely hate her for. She's busy mothering, and I just want my Doctor Who. But I think it would have been a really good spin-off series. It would have been it would have been coincided with Torchwood, and if that didn't set off, she would have joined Torchwood.
Yeah.
But so, like, personally, I'd have chosen Moffat just because I absolutely love. It's probably got some of the best storytelling in, especially Matt Smith's era, where starting from. What's it called? The library one. What's it called? Silence in the Library.
Yeah.
Starting from there, and we've an entire storyline. It's been Birth of River Song, and it's the way it all weaved perfectly. I cried.
Yeah.
I actually cried, and you saw the Doctor's crib, and it was beautiful. You won't be surprised by the results. 2% of people voted for Chris Chibnall. 2%. So obviously it was really close between Stephen Moffat and Russell T Davies. Who do you think won?
Stephen Moffat.
I'd probably go with Moffat as well.
Really? Are you both wrong?
Oh,
Hey.
Stephen Moffat had 46% of the votes.
I wasn't too far out.
Russell T Davies, 52. If you can do math, you should have already known. So for the next poll, which will go live, we're recording this on a Friday, so it will be uploaded on a Friday, ready for next week. What do you think the next poll should be? It doesn't have to be Doctor Who. It's just something to split the audience, like something sci-fi,
really
something
clever,
start a war. Like there was one on there previously, Best Time Traveller. The Doctor mistakenly put herself in the poll. I think it was Dr. Alexander Hardinger from The Time Machine, Hermione Granger, Doc Brown. The Doctor won. Doc Brown didn't even come second. It was Hermione, which was really strange.
How did that happen? You know, like, I mean, Doc Brown.
I think all the people that voted for Doctor would have voted for Doc Brown. But what do you think the next poll should be? Like, can you think of anything really like controversial?
This is putting us on the spot.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Of course I'm going to put you on the spot. I can see your eyes line up like, what can I say to start a fire? Some people just want to watch the world burn, Mr. Bruce. Mr. Wayne.
Which classic monster that hasn't been brought back yet should be brought back?
Which classic monsters are you thinking?
Well, you've got Sea Devils. They've not come back yet.
See, I'm not familiar with classic Who, so like... Who would you say this, like, describe Sea Devils?
Well, they're cousins of the Silurians.
Okay.
They're kind of like undersea Silurians, really.
Alright. What do you think, Lewis?
I have no idea how to polarise your audience, Jamie. I think had I been given time to think about this, then maybe I'd be able to come up with something, but no.
I was thinking best show that features time travelling.
Best show that features time travelling?
Yeah. So, like, Back to the Future, Star Trek features a lot of time travelling. What else does?
You could get a good rise out of that. Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah, obviously.
Quantum Leap.
I'm not going to include. Yeah,
Quantum Leap. Yeah.
I'm not going to include Doctor Who.
No, otherwise everyone just over.
Yeah, 72% voted Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So yeah, best show that isn't Doctor Who.
Best show that isn't Doctor Who.
That features time travel.
Yeah, we'll welcome that tonight, and we'll see what the results are next week.
Yeah.
This next section is the part one that I think is going to split the audience. So I gave you both some homework. This is the one part of the show that you're both prepared for.
Right.
Yeah.
So episode 1 of Class. We're going to be looking at Class every week. And once we're finished with that, we'll
do we have to?
We'll try not to torture ourselves. That's the thing. I really liked Class. This is Re-Who, by the way. I really like Class. But I'm getting the impression from what I've heard the past week, you two hated it.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't particularly like it. This is the thing. I thought that the writing was a bit flimsy on it. I only, to tell you the truth, I only watched it last night. So I did my.
I can
homework.
see you twitching like I'm going to hit you.
I did my homework right before class.
That's probably like the best. That's probably like the best time because it's still fresh, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still fresh. I quite like the enemy. The enemy was, quite dark and quite,
The Shadow King.
Yeah, the Shadow King. But
it seemed like a Moffat monster, didn't it?
I didn't like the appearance of the Doctor in Class. I know that he had to appear.
That's where I kind of agree with you.
I don't think the writing was good enough for the Doctor.
In Torchwood, the Doctor never appeared because they knew their product was strong enough that it could hold its own without. They referenced the Doctor only to link it with the main show.
Yeah.
The Doctor didn't actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the Doctor actually needed to turn up.
No.
I think he just turned up to say, "This is Doctor Who."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Rock and roll," and then he went.
What was with the Sonic as well? In the main show, he has Sonic. He has Sonic sunglasses. He doesn't have a Sonic screwdriver.
Did you not watch Capaldi's last series with what was the name? Billy.
Oh, Bill. Yeah.
Bill. He had a Sonic screwdriver.
Did he?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just so used to him having a Sonic screwdriver that.
No. He didn't use it often. He always preferred the Sonic sunglasses.
Yeah.
Which
gotta love him.
Oh yeah.
I love Sonic.
That's the John Disco.
What did you think of Class?
Well, I said in the week my 2-word review. It's not. It's not Class.
Ben.
It's not Class.
I didn't hate.
So bad. That's such a bad pun.
I didn't hate it.
It's not Class.
I didn't hate it, but I just really couldn't get about it. It was like a bad school play.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. I thought it really brought to us. I think it's target. So Doctor Who target audience is really all ages, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's there for everybody. No one's particularly Class. It's purely there for like the adult. It seemed like a very adult oriented. There's lots of blood. One of the lead characters that gets decapitated. He has his leg chopped off. He has to have a prosthetic leg, and I'm going to see him. We'd see him cut through that through the rest of the series as well. And the emotional struggles. It seemed very focused on relationships. Everyone in there wanted a relationship, which is just.
I suppose it's a schooly type.
Yeah,
thing,
it's a schooly type thing, but I love the story. Watch Your Shadows kind of reminded me of Silence in the Library, which is my favourite Tennant episode. And I absolutely loved the backstory of the main villains, the Shadow King, and how they invaded the planet and wiped everyone out. What was it, within a day?
Yeah, I suppose we'll learn more about them as we go along. But there wasn't too much in that first episode. They're a bit of an enigma. Where are they coming from? We saw them come through a rift in space time.
It looked like a cracking time from Matt Smith, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
But I don't think it was the same. I think I just ran out of ideas for special effects.
Just coincidence.
It's a coincidence, but personally, I'd say I wouldn't say it was bad. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but I'd say it was watchable. It was. I don't know about you, but I'd watch the next episode and I'd probably look forward to it. I'd give it a chance to improve as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to because we're reviewing it. We're reviewing one per week.
I will watch it for the purpose of this podcast.
Yeah.
But I will not enjoy it, I swear.
Well, you never know, Brian. It might grow.
It might grow on me.
You know?
Yeah.
You might reach the end, cry, there'll be a single tear rolling down like, it's over, it's
Why didn't
done.
they make a second series?
or like you'd be crying for happiness like, they didn't make a second series, thank the Lord. Pray Gallifrey.
We never have to do this again.
Those writers, those naughty little Daleks. But personally, like, I would, if I had to put a number on it would be 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7. Like, I'd watch it. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible either. It is a watchable, enjoyable experience. I didn't see any problem with any of the special effects either.
Yeah, I think.
I thought the special effects were fine, but it's just the writing and the storyline and the acting.
What was wrong with the acting?
I think I'd sit on the fence with this one and say I'd give it an even 5, and because I didn't particularly like it, but
That's bad.
I didn't.
That's really bad. You're breaking my heart.
Sorry,
Hell,
Jay,
wait till I give it a 3.
Oh,
Are you giving it a 3?
I am.
Oh my god. It's not that bad. You're both fired. I need to hire a bunch of yes men for the podcast.
We're the only 2 Whovians here.
You're the only people who
Finding
said
someone
yes. And next week on Whoopi and Whoniverse, it's just me. What do you think, Jimmy? I loved it. Oh, me too.
What do you think, Sock Garlic? I thought it was great.
I thought it was great. I'm really upset.
It's okay, Jamie. It'll be okay.
No, it's not okay. You're breaking my heart.
Okay.
I mean, this podcast, I think it's actually going to be pretty short. I was kind of hoping to get to an hour, but I don't think we're going to get there.
Right, fair enough.
Because we're up to one of the last sections, section 5. Now, this is a working title for this game. You'll notice, Lewis, Brian, I'm hiding my piece of paper because I've got the answers.
Good. What's going on? Oh, here we go.
Alright, guys. So we're about to play Whoniverse or Hogwash.
This needs a theme song.
Yeah.
Whoniverse or Hogwash, Whoniverse or Hogwash, is it real, is it fake?
It needs a different.
Yeah. Maybe not that theme song, eh?
Right, so I've written 5 episodes of Doctor Who. Okay?
Okay.
Some are real, some are fake. I'm not telling you. Maybe they're all real.
Okay.
Maybe they're all fake. Who knows?
Who
knows? Now, to make things even more complicated, I haven't stopped with just a title. I've also written a description. Now, it could be a fake description to a real episode, or a real episode to a fake description. To make it extra complicated.
This is twisted.
Okay.
Attention.
Whoniverse or Hogwash? Working title. Episode 1. Well, the first episode. Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. A conflicted captain returns to the crew lives, but not is all as it seems, and Captain Jack Harkness is not all he claims to be.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. This is the title of the episode, and then the description is... Right.
Would I have to repeat it?
I believe it's a real episode, and I believe that's the real description.
Yeah.
Yes?
I'd say the same. It rings a bell.
I think we fell at the first turn.
Yeah, I think we did. I think they're going to bring out...
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. A conflicted captain returns to the crew lives, but not is all it seems. And Captain Jack Harkness is not all he claims to be. Is a real episode, guys. It's 1-1. Who's going to take the lead? Second episode. Dum-dum. Exterminate.
No, this tension here, real tension.
Sentence of death. The group is reunited with the Doctor in the city of Millennius, where Ian faces trial for murder. Shall I repeat it?
I'm going to say...
Because Brian went first last time with his answer.
Yeah.
You go first this time with your answer.
I'm going to say hogwash on this one, I don't think it's a real episode or a real description.
Okay. You can... Do you want to stick with that answer or do you want to repeat it?
No, I'll stick with the answer.
Okay. Brian, I can repeat the episode and description.
I think it's the hogwash episode, but a true description.
Ooh. Wait, how does the scoring work if there's two answers per thing? Is it like half point for the description, a half point for a...
We're just guessing the real episode here.
Oh, just the real episode.
So you say it's a fake episode?
I say it's.
And you say it's a fake episode.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a real episode.
Oh,
starring William Hartnell. This was the 25th episode of Doctor Who, when it was spelled with a DR instead of spelling out Doctor.
Oh shit. I didn't see that one.
This is cruel.
I feel I failed in my role as historian.
Yeah.
You're the historian, the classic Who expert in the team.
The thing
Clearly
is,
not.
I felt that it would have been old Who because he said Ian, so
Yeah.
it's the original of William Hartnell's
So far,
companions.
it's 1-1.
Are we going to be properly downtrodden by the end of this, Jamie? Is that what you're aiming for?
Next question. Dawn of the Daleks. The Daleks rise again, this time taking Joe Grant prisoner in an effort to lure the Doctor into a trap.
This is
Brian goes first.
Oh, yeah.
You can both work out loud.
All right.
But then you can't answer until Brian's given his answer.
I'm going straight in with fake.
Are you sure?
Fake episode, fake description.
So
No, I'm not. I'm going fake description, fake episode, true description.
I think next week I'm going to do points based on description or episode. That's not.
I think
that's not a hint on the episode, by the way.
All right. I'm going with fake for all, fake description, fake episode.
It is fake. Because I love the ape movies. I love the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the next one, Planet of the Daleks, Episode 7. The Doctor and his friends prepare to refreeze the Dalek army, but the Dalek Supreme has, on the planet, determined to destroy them all.
It's me going first, isn't it, on this one?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a real episode, but a fake description.
So you going real?
I'm going real, yeah.
Brian?
I'm going real as well.
Has he got us again?
You're both so close. It's fake.
Oh.
The Planet of the Dalek saga only went to episode 6.
Oh.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
Sneaky.
really
I'm fairly sure that's
sneaky.
what happened in episode 6, though.
It is what happened in episode 6.
One episode.
Next one. By the way, it's a tie break right now, and I don't have a tiebreaker question.
Oh no.
So we could end the first one on a draw. The next one. Day of the Clown. Day of the Clown, Part 2. After Sarah Jane has told Luke she has a fear of clowns stemming from a childhood incident, balloons rain from the sky into the school playground. Can I just say, it sounds made up, doesn't it?
It really does.
It sounds pretty ludicrous. Well, maybe it's not a real description.
Strictly speaking, everything in the Whoniverse is made up.
But don't say that. In the theory of infinite universes and an infinite number of possibilities, which means in one of those universes, the Whoniverse is real.
True. Right, I think it's you two answer
Need to go first.
Yeah.
I'm all in. Fake.
Fake.
I think, in the spirit of not letting this end in a tie, I'm going to go with real. Because it's just too ludicrous to. I'm all in. You know, like it's too ludicrous.
You're all in.
It's too ludicrous to be.
I'll read it again.
Okay.
The Day of the Clown, Part 2.
Wait, there were 2 parts to this?
Day of the Clown, Part 2. That's the most stupid name for an episode, by the way.
I know it is.
After Sarah Jane has told Luke she has a fear of clowns from a childhood incident, balloons rain from the sky into the school playground. Balloons. And you thought that was real. It was real! It's from Sarah Jane Adventures.
Oh my god. Oh my god. As if that I'm going to look that episode up tonight and watch it because I need to see that.
Yeah. So what do you think of that game? Did you enjoy that?
Well, it definitely had us on the edge of our seats. You know.
Certainly did.
Yeah.
Can I say none of its descriptions were fake? They were all real.
Really?
Yeah, they were all real descriptions. I think next time I'm gonna swing it around and go Whoniverse episode or Whoniverse book.
Okay.
Or maybe not. It's gonna be totally random because I don't want you to prepare. So it's not going to be a Whoniverse book anymore.
We just got to spot up on everything Whoniverse.
Yeah, pretty much so.
I mean, if I have to make some more questions for it, if you really enjoyed that segment, I really enjoyed playing mind games with you both. And you know what, Brian, the historian, let us down with the first episode. By the way, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is an episode of Torchwood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's from the second series.
First episode of the second series.
Yes, correct.
With the blowfish in it.
Yeah, and I think it's because it disappeared for a while at the end of the first one. It was like sort of a gap, so I think he appeared in Doctor Who again, and then he returned.
Yeah.
Sentence of Death. Can I say in the first when I was looking through like Whoniverse episodes, in the first series of Doctor Who, it was like 1 million episodes, by the way, like 60 or something.
Yeah,
they're all every episode was individually titled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of them are deaf in the title.
Yeah.
Like they went proper like full on death, Daleks, like went full on death, so it was very brutal. But yeah. I don't know if you both got social media accounts, anything you want to promote?
I'm on the Twitter.
Are you on the Twitter?
Yes. At Beach007.
Beach007.
Excellent. No, I don't have anything to promote on my social media.
You don't have anything to promote at all?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you can find me on Watson's Musings on Twitter. That was my comment I read earlier on, by the way, the impressions of the poll. And you can catch this episode on iTunes, Podomatic, and YouTube every single Sunday in the evening. You've been listening to Whovian Whoniverse. You've been listening to me, Jamie.
Me, Lewis.
Hey, Brian.
Have a week!